So words are not the only way to self-express. And so we start looking at creative ways to self-express through art and music and dancing and singing and drama, cooking, writing, gardening, things like that. And that one of my books, The Creative Eight, was actually focused exactly on that. And if you start doing those things, you tap into a new activation of capacity to communicate effectively using alternative forms of self-expression. So that becomes one entire real possibility of a way to relearn how to communicate using alternative means beyond that which is just speaking and hearing. So that's one way. Another way that I found it can be really effective is actually called mirror work, which is you look at yourself in the mirror. You get yourself at a space and you communicate directly with that person in the mirror until they can smile at you, until they can actually listen to you. And that's really interesting to do that. And you could do that effectively without ever embarrassing yourself with anybody else. And you can actually speak to the mirror. It may seem very weird initially, but when you do it and you start seeing that that person over there is just another person watching you, it's an effective way to take initial steps towards self-communication.
Yeah, I love that one. I I had a healer early on in my personal healing journey say, "Oh, you need to tell yourself I love you every day." And I was like, "Man, I can't do that." And I told her that. I'm like, "That no, and she goes, "Okay, so I'm going to challenge you." And her challenge was look at yourself in the mirror. I'm like, "I can't. That's too much too." So her challenge then, she goes, "Let's take it one baby step." She goes, "Can you look at a spot on yourself? Like, yeah, I have a dimple here." She's like, "Stare at your dimple. Talk to the dimple."
Yeah,
And then slowly talk to your mouth, and then slowly talk to your nose. And then all of a sudden you're looking at your eyes, and then you're talking. Because,
exactly.
or the other thing that I've had, other guests have shared is the sticky note on the mirror.
You're right.
If you can't say it, write it down and stick the sticky note and read it. And even if you can't get it out loud, like you know, you put your makeup on or brush your teeth and there's words,
Yeah,
we naturally want to just read the words
right,
and whatever that is. And that, that's that positive self-reinforcement, which actually
right,
feels super confronting at first,
right.
um, for people to actually go, oh, that, like you said, but eventually you do see that you are a human in the mirror, and you're just a person that you get to talk to as well.
Right.
Um, which is huge. Let's circle back to that creative piece, because that was one of the things in our pre-interview conversation that intrigued me the most was your work now, and I think is it your most recent book that talks about the creativity?
It was actually the first book I wrote,
It was the
Creativity,
first
The
one.
Creative Eight, Healing Through Creativity and Self-Expression. And um, that's just a book of talks about alternative ways of self-expression, using art or music or dancing, or singing and drama, cooking, writing, and gardening. And those are the top eight. And they're just